Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. As you can see, we've got another how to clean chicken video, but today we've got some chicken thigh pieces which I'm using in a recipe tomorrow. So I thought, let me show you guys how I clean my chicken thighs. What you're gonna need: a colander to drain the chicken with. You're gonna need like a food bag with a bowl, so just to rest the food bag so that you can put all the mess in there. Some gloves, or you can use your hands, you can just wash them. I like to have a big knife, a small knife, and some scissors as well. And then to actually clean it, today we've got some salt and some lemon juice, but you can use vinegar, you can use lime. Yeah, I'll put all the options in the description below. But today we are learning how to clean this chicken. Guys, what I'm going to do first of all, I've already washed my hands, but I am going to use gloves because I just prefer to use gloves when I'm cleaning chicken or seasoning it up. So in this bowl, I think I've got about eight chicken thighs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, got 8 chicken thighs. So what I'm doing for the recipe is jerk barbecue chicken done in the oven. So basically what we're going to do is keep the skin on. I will do another video of how to clean chicken when you're taking the skin off, but today we're keeping the skin on. You can use this method for if you was doing roast chicken pieces, any type of chicken where you keep the skin on, you could use this method. Okay, so what I'm going to start off with first, make sure that your area is clean. I've just got what I'm using for the recipe. So I've got my colander here, I've got my bowl here, this bowl, and my knives and everything here, but everything else is cleared away and I've cleaned my section well. Also, top tip, make sure that your sink is clear. People that don't agree with washing chicken will say, you know, cross-contamination. Me, I'm very clean with everything that I do, so I make sure that the sink is clear, the side is clear, and I'm purely working with whatever meat or whatever fish, chicken, whatever I am cleaning. Okay, so let's get right into it. So as you can see here, we've got the chicken breast, we've got the chicken thigh. Sometimes when you get chicken thighs, they've still got hairs on them and whatever, because to be fair, I will always double check if I do or not. I get my small knife, pinch both sides of the chicken, so almost like this. Just pinch it together and then scrape it like this. And as you can see on the knife, all the little hairs that may have not come off before will be coming off now. Okay, and do it all in the same direction. Don't go like that and then like that, because it will pull the skin back. You just want to hold it tight in between your hands so that you're almost pulling the skin together to keep it tight like this. And then any bits that are sticking up like that, get your knife, hold it against it, use your thumb and pull, and then you see it's gone. So that's another method you can use. You can also go like that and pull them away, but I use that for the bigger hairs. So like you've got one there, just take that, pull it out. There's quite a few over here, so what I want to do again, hold it tight just so you don't get that skin falling off, and then just scrape it like this. And you want to do that to all the pieces of chicken to make sure that you've got no hairs, no nothing. Some people also burn it over the stove. I mean, this is another method, so it's totally up to you, whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do. And this is why sometimes I'll have a variety of knives, just in case I feel that the knife isn't doing the job quick enough, because these pieces are quite big. So I'll get a big knife, do the same thing, opposite direction away from myself, and then as you can see, all the hairs are there. Okay, and then once you've gotten all the hair off, So just make sure, have a look. Again, if you're doing something like this, don't feel like you need to rush it. Like normally if I wasn't filming, I'd have some music on in the back, or I'd have my iPad in front of me playing some series or movie or whatever. I just take my time. Just take your time. So then once it's all clean like that, you've also got to focus on the back, which will have some excess fat, some skin that's hanging there that, to be fair, I don't like to keep it there, so I like to cut that off. So what I do, I get the knife, or I get the scissors, and this excess here that's just hanging off, I like to cut that bit off, and then your bowl's right there, so you just put it in the bowl. And then what you have, you've got the skin all nice and cleaned that you've done on the front, and then you've got the exposed back part, which where all these pieces of fat are. You just cut off that excess fat, put it in the bag again, and then look, that big piece of fat there, sorry you guys couldn't see that, that big piece of fat there, again, just trim that, put it in the bowl, and then you're good to go. Literally as simple as that. And then you repeat it 8 times or however many times you have. Put it in a separate bowl, or keep it in the same bowl, but just put it to the side so you know which one's which, and then we move on to actually washing it afterwards. Okay, so I'll do it one more time with this one. So I'm actually going to keep this on at first, because if you chop it before, it's going to slide off once you're trying to take off all the little hairs and stuff. So just fold it like this. Again, get your knife, hold it tight, and just scrape those hairs off like that. And once you've got all the hairs off, again, you take that long piece of skin, as you can see here, chop that off along with all that fat, put it in the bag, and then just make sure you look to the other side, and there should be another piece of fat just there. Cut that off as well, put that in the bowl, and then again you've got a nice cleaned piece of chicken. Okay, so just repeat that. I'll be repeating it as well, and then yeah, we will get ready to wash our chicken. And it's as simple as that. Look, see, that piece had a lot of hair on it, so you guys might have been able to see when I started to bring it down. And if you see, the hairs are being pulled back in the opposite direction, so then it's easier to come off once you just hold it and get the knife to scrape those hairs off. There's quite a few hairs here as well, so I'm just gonna do that same method, and again, comes right off. And if I want, and I see them sticking up, I can just pull away like that as well. Once everything is clear, we do that same method, chop the back fat off, and then you should have a little bit of fat there, and you just cut that off. Simple. And the reason why, if anyone's wondering why I cut off that little bit of skin at the back, is because one, there's a lot of excess fat that comes in that skin, which obviously I've just chopped off. When you bake these, it releases all that fat, and sometimes you can look at it and think, oh yeah, that's all the juices and everything, but that's also excess fat that you don't really need, and it's just gonna sit at the bottom of the pan. Whereas all the natural juices that will come out of the chicken will be there to keep it juicy, keep it flavorful, so you don't need that. You don't need the extra stuff, you just need your cleaned chicken. I've taken off my gloves now and any rings because I'm gonna wash the chicken, but you've got to make sure if you're touching anything else, don't touch, basically don't be cross-contaminating. So because I had to touch the camera, I took my gloves off, washed my hands, touched the camera, and now I've got clean hands, no gloves on. Yeah? So in this bowl, we've got all the mess, the hairs, all of that. And then we've got the knives, the scissors, everything, and the chicken. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the knives and the utensils, everything that I used, in the sink first, wash them first, and then we're going to wash the chicken. Okay, so we're going to put all the knives into the sink, hot water, and then even what I even like to do, even though I'm going to use the fairy liquid, I've still got the antibacterial spray, which I spray in the sink just because I'm working with meat and cooked. Then I just get my little thing, and as you guys know, you know how it goes, just wash everything thoroughly. And as you can see, the little hairs are coming off into the sink as well, so we're going to make sure we wash the sink when we're done. Then once everything is rinsed, put it to the side to drain off. And then of course when you're done, just make sure you dry everything as well. Make sure if you're using scissors, open them up and clean them, just so that you can get into everywhere that has been on the chicken. And then what I do, I just get some water in my hand to take off all that excess, or even better still, get like a clean cup, fill it up with some of that water, and just wash everything so it goes to the drain. I have one of those little drain stopper things so that it doesn't block the drain, so when I'm finished I'll clean that as well. Just run the cold tap a little bit so you can make sure it's cold and not hot. Rest your bowl in the sink, and then first of all we've got some lemon juice. So you can use fresh lemon juice. I've just run out of them, so I'm using this lemon juice, which is also fine. And then also some salt. Now some people use, even me, I use it as well. I've got some in the cupboard somewhere. You can also use vinegar to clean your meat as well. It kind of just depends how I feel at the time or on the day or what I have. And on this particular day, of course, we've got lemon juice and salt. So what I like to do first is just give it a little mix so that it gets everywhere, because of course right now it's just on the top of that chicken. And then as you can see, as even I tilt it to the side, the water that's been in there, like the excess, is starting to get all cloudy. So that's all the stuff that you don't want, all the gunk and whatever. And then when you've just kind of given it a little mix, turn on the cold water, but not crazy high, just like that, just to almost just like bathe your chicken. Just make a little bath in there. And if I turn it off, look at how that water is already. So, I mean, those people that like to say don't wash your chicken, I've just been raised to make sure that I wash my chicken, because when you wash it, chicken come out nice, looking like this, and then all that water goes down the drain and you no longer have it. So yeah, if you don't like to wash chicken, then I mean skip past this video, basically, because in Chanel's kitchen she will forever be washing chicken. Okay, and then what you would also do, if you had a fresh lemon, you get that lemon in your hand, hold it like this, and you scrub the skin just to give it that extra. But where I've scrubbed the chicken by scraping it already, this is good. So yeah, once you've kind of submerged it and your water is starting to look like it needs to come out, turn on the cold water again. And this part is very key. So hold the bowl like this and hold your chicken, and then just pour out all that water like so. But you're not going to rest the bowl back in the sink, because of course you've now started to pour the water from the chicken there. So again, you don't want to cross-contaminate. So hold it with one hand, get some more water in there, even rest it to the side just in case your hand starts to hurt you a little bit. Wash the chicken again, and you will just see all of that excess, all that hair that you scraped off. It will start to come off even more. And wash it like this maybe 3 or 4 times. You basically just want the skin and everything to just be a lot cleaner than it was before, and you want the water to basically be clear as well. Okay, and then just pour in the sink like that. You can see mine's practically done now. So I'm giving it one more rinse, make sure everything is submerged, and as you can see the water is pretty clear. So I'm just going to pour that out as much as I can with holding the chicken, and then when I can't hold it anymore, rest this to the side, and then straight away wash your hands. Okay, straight away you want to wash it. Make sure you've got hand wash nearby. So mine's here, got my hand wash. And I mean, you all know how to wash your hands. You already know, don't do no quick thing. Make sure that you're really going in with washing it. And then just rinse. Rinse, 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 rinse. And then turn off the tap. Dry your hands, and then before you clean the sink, this part's key, because if you clean the sink now, it's going to make no sense. Okay, you're going to get your colander, hold it over the sink, hold it over the sink like so. Pour your cleaned chicken in there, and then put the bowl that you cleaned the chicken in underneath the colander to catch all that excess water. Okay, and then you're going to leave this to rest. You could even leave it to rest for maybe like 15 minutes, just so the excess water comes off the chicken, and then you can marinate it for when you're ready. So now that I'm going to clean the sink, what I'm going to do first of all, these are the brands that I use, but I mean, if you're using cleaning products are cleaning products, so you know there's no special one to use. But I use Sif and I use Flash kitchen cleaner. Flash kitchen cleaner will be good because of course it is, you know, made for using in the kitchen, so you know any one of these is fine. I'm going to go in with the Sif one today, and basically I just spray the whole thing like I did before. Really go in, and then if I even want to be even more clean, I will just, you know, go like that, and then I get my sponge and I legit go right in and just make sure I've cleaned everywhere in the sink, whether it was touched with the chicken or not. I still clean it because we want to be super clean. And then what I do before I rinse everything off, I pick up this and then I take out the inside, so like all the little bits that are there. Turn the tap on, and for this one I will use the hot tap because, you know, it doesn't matter now we're cleaning, so we need the hot tap to make sure everything's clean. And then I just go in again once more, and then once I've done that I also run this underneath the tap, and I just give it a rinse off, squeeze it out, and then again that same method, I'm just going to rinse my hands again, Get a cup, fill it with that water and rinse the sink out. And you'll know when you do this method, you'll just feel that everything is clean because you've washed it so many times, you've washed your hands. The smell of the cleaning products as well, it just, yeah. And I'll just rinse off the back of this, make sure that's clean. And then once I've done all of that, because you're still not done yet, I've got one of these, they're called like minky sponge thing, but basically it takes up a lot of excess like water or anything. What I do, spray around the sink and any areas around the sink. So where I was over here, you can hear me spraying that as well. I'm just going to take this and wipe all the areas of the sink, even the inside of the sink, just to give it that final shine. So what we're going to do with the mess, we're going to tie this bowl up. So I'm going to put this to the side so that I can clean first. And then you just get a bit more spray on that area. And then get my sponge or cloth or whatever you're using. And just again wipe everything down. Nice and clean. All the surface area. And then here is my chicken resting here. So if I lift this up, you can see there's a bit of excess water, and look, there's nothing in that water, so that chicken is clean and ready, and so is our sides and everything. And then what I do with this, I've got to give it a rinse in some hot water because I just used it to clean down everything. And then what I also do with this, I wash it twice a week. So the way I do that is I fill up my sink with hot water, add a little bit of bleach in there along with all my cloths, drop them in there and leave them to soak, and then literally squeeze them out, leave them to dry, and then you're good to go. So that's a bit of cleaning 101 for how Shan cleans her chicken and then cleans everything that she used and whatnot. So look, even habit, after I finish doing all of that, again, just a quick wash and done. And then here you have it, guys, your clean chicken. And then when you're ready, so as I said, you can leave it to rest for maybe, I don't know, 10-15 minutes. Once it's rested, lift this up, get rid of that water there, and then just pour the chicken back into this bowl here, sorry. Pour the chicken back into this bowl, and then you can season it up. Simple as that, not hard at all. Okay, let me know if you liked this video and you want to know more about how to clean and prepare meat, and drop a comment below and let me know what specifically you may need help with, and I will always try and do a video. So yeah, make sure you tune in for the next video, which is going to be how I'm going to cook this chicken. See you in the next video.